Hey up everybody, welcome to Game Week 2 of the Faerun League. Now realistically, the games we're keeping an eye on today should have been our opening for the entire season, because it's a little bit more high class, we could possibly say. Last week, of course, we checked out Creche at home. They lost 2-1 to the Bhaal. We're seeing them again today, but they'll be the away team, as we're finally checking out Baldurs as the home team. They'll be hosting Creche. Also, in Faerun League Group A, we've got Liahvi up against Zhentarim, the Cult of Bhaal versus the Shattered Sanctum, the Underdark versus Emerald Grove, and if we move over to Faerun League B, then it will be the Ying to Baldur's Gate's Yang. It will be the Absolute up against High Harpers. That will be our second game we watched here today. We also have the Flaming Fist up against Avernus, and the Guild up against Szarr Palace. Tomorrow, which will probably be this episode as well, to be honest with you, we'll have Rivington go up against Gagra-2 and Liahvi taking on the Deep Gnomes. Is there any Sunday matches for Group A, actually? If I didn't check, hold on. Oh, Wednesday, that can be its own episode, I suppose. Bonus episode, I do suppose. Anyway, let's get on with the main match. And the Emperor is out for blood here today. Let's not forget, he really wanted to kill Orpheus, didn't he? So this is a little bit of a grudge match, although that being said, Orpheus is on the bench for the match itself. Wait, that's not Orpheus, is it? It is Orpheus. I need to wear glasses when I do this. You know what? I'm putting them on now. Hold on. Oh, that's much better. This stream is sponsored by Specsavers, I guess. Anyway, attacking 3-4-3 from the Emperor, we've got Minsk in goal. Jaheira, she's more used to being a left defender, but she is today a centre defender, to be her credit, on the left row. Hausen in centre back, and we've got this guy here. Tandu sick. Well, let's hope he doesn't get involved in the match. He's not really in the game, so we've literally just had to find a random person on the street to take up this mantle. Last here, we've got Dame Isabel. She's got an assist in the one game she's played so far. We've got Gale, who's so far been one of our better players. He's got a goal and assist in the one game we've seen him. Next to him in midfield, we've got Karlak. She's got an assist to her name. And on the right wing, we have got a Starwin. He is looking for his first goal contribution today. Up front, of course, we've got the highest average rating. We've got Will Ravengard himself, 2 goals in his debut last week. And we've got Dame Eiling, 2 goals and an assist in her debut last week. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And then also here we have Shadowheart. On the bench we've got a Georgian fellow, Lazel, Lacrissa, Alfira and Minfara, along with some other fellow. Now, the GIF Yankees, the Creche, they have gone a bit more defensive, which is very against them. They've gone for a defensive 4-2-2-2. Have I said too many twos there? Who knows? We've got Jira in goal. At left back, we've got Yik. Vun in centre back alongside Brilref. We've got Adaf at right back. Two defensive midfielders. We have got Storngos and Jizaraf. On the last, we've got Kuf. Keft at right midfield. Up front, we've got Kefrik Fresian. She scored her first goal last week. And of course, we've got Kefrik Voss as well. He got the assist last week as well. It's a breezy day, -2 weather. Let's see how the teams go out. The snow is clearing. It's still minus temperatures, but it's not as snowy here today. Baldur's Gate playing in blue today to accommodate the GIF Yankees away of our home kit, basically. And balls hoffed down the side. Will Ravengard trying to get on the end of it. Goes out for throwing. That's Will Ravengard passing the ball back to Karlak. Oh my god, misplaced that pass completely. Isabel does well to pick it up, however. Passes over to Gale, back to Karlak. Karlak now, straight to Shadowheart. Shadowheart keeps it in, but Kef able to intercept the ball. Maybe starting a GIF Yankee counter-attack here, I'm not too sure. Jazanev hoops the ball over here, and this is where Kefrik Voss plows straight through the defence here. Passes over, and Kuf completely, without anyone around him, over to Kefrik Frisian. Good grief almighty. Kefrik Frisian, she scored last week. She scores a minute into the game here today, putting Creche 1-0 ahead, less than 2 minutes into the game. And bizarrely, from this very moment, you could sort of tell that was happening. But look at this great play by Kuf. It was a good pass, but a bloody deceptive pass at that. Gone past 2 Baldur's Gate players. Baldur's Gate 0, Creche 1, 2 minutes into the game. Karlach now stepping up for a free kick. Oh, Karlach just... All Karlach seems to do is hoof the ball. I mean, it's working so far, but do something better. Anyway, here's Isabel bursting into the penalty area. Just goes harmlessly over the crossbar, however. Bit of a scramble for the ball in the penalty area. Gale picking up the ball just on the edge of it. Isabel now. Back to Karlach. Karlach, no doubt going to go for a long shot. No, passes to Gale. Gale over to Karlach. Oh my god, Karlach. I might be a bit hypercritical here. She's been useless here today. Isabel now over to Shadowheart. Ooh, cheeky little back heel from Shadowheart. And Isabel with a cross straight into Jira. Baldur's Gate haven't really got the gears turning here today, you've got to say. Oh, and here we go. Creche on the counter-attack again. Kefrik Voss over to Kefrik. Frisian. Minsk able to batter away, but Koof knocked it out for a go kick. What an idiot. Throwing deep into Baldur's Gate's half here. Karlach now. She's not been used really good today. She's just been hoofing the ball, hoping for the best. Very sort of Salmon about football. But here's Koof now. Oh, over to Kefrik Fez. Kefrik Fez. Oh, what was she doing there? Awful finish, you've got to say. Really deep down on the byline. Crosses over to Fezian. And Ravengard intersects the pass here. He's going to try and start a counter-attack of his own. Look at the speed of Will Ravengard. Passes back over to Karlach. Karlach with another hoof. Stop hoofing the ball, Karlach, for fuck's sake. I'm sick of you. Oh, it's wiped out. It's wiped out. Dame Island gives an equalising goal. Like, it did start from Karlach. You could probably say that was a key pass. But, I mean, to be fair, look how much work Shadowheart has to do to keep it in. That was all on Shadowheart. Shadowheart keeps the ball in well. Crosses over a Starring with a little header straight to the left foot of Dame Eiling, who makes it 1-1. And Baldur's Gate fans breathing a sigh of relief here. They can get back into the game the way they intended. Without some good defended from the little Georgian player there, but Yik straight back in here for Creche. Oh, and Koof. Koof has been pretty good down that wing today, you've got to say. Voss shooting the ball straight into the hands of Minsk. And here's Karlach now. The one time she doesn't hoof it, well, she did. She hoofed it into a Gif Yankee's face, but still. Ravengard now over to Karlach. Karlach holds the ball up, hoofs it over again. And that bad hoof has given Creche ground. Oh, never mind. Jahira now over to Shadowheart. Back to Gale. Gale with a lovely lob. That's how you do a long pass, Karlach. Ooh, over to Shadowheart. Shadowheart with another back heel. Over to Gale. Passes over to Isabel. Isabel crosses into Ravengard, into Astarion. Keeper did incredibly well to keep all that out. Over Georgian defender for Baldur's Gate has picked up a knock. He's only got to wait for 2 minutes. And then he can pretty much go off at half time, I can only imagine. Minsk here taking his time with the goal. Go kick, sorry. Isabel now hoofs the ball again. Loving the hoofs the ball today, aren't they? Astaria now over to Gale. Gale with a free pass, but it's intercepted by Yik. And Koof now on the counter for Creche. Oh, he's got straight past his man there. Koof. Oh, Kefrik Fresian, what are you doing? Poor Koof handed that to her on a platter and she completely fucked it. Oh, really unfortunate. Isabel now running down that left flank for Baldur's Gate. Look at her go, the absolute speed on her. Oh my god, she rounds one of the defenders, crosses it in. Kefrik crossed now. Over to Kefik. Now over to Stonogos, over to Adaf. Stonogos now back to Jizif, over to Voss. Voss now over to Kefik. Kefik now, great cross. Oh my god, Koof. That's the most well-deserved goal I have seen here today. Koof with the capitalising goal on the stroke of half-time for Creche. He has played sensationally. I am a massive fan of Koof. I don't know who he is in the game, but my word, what a left winger he is. Creche 2, Baldur's Gate 1. And that is it, half time so far. Baldur's Gate 1, Creche 2. Baldur's Gate just have not, they've been playing decently enough, but their shooting is awful. Karlach needs to sort herself out. She has been absolutely atrocious here so far, you've absolutely got to say. Let's begin the second half. And there's a Georgian for Georgian substitution for Baldur's Gate. Georgie is coming on for the other fellow. Can't remember his name. Isabel now. I think the Emperor's had a bit of a word with Baldur's Gate by the looks of it. That being said, we have just been dispossessed immediately. Yeah, now passing back. Jaheira picks up the ball. Karlach with another fucking hoof. Stop hoofing the ball, Karlach! For the love of Christ, get her off. She's really pissing me off. Kefrich Fezzian now passes back to Koof. Good old Koof. Over to Jezerith. Jezerith. He's got plenty of space here. 2 Baldur's Gate players trailing him, but he's not challenging Adaf now. Over to Jezerith again. Jezerith. That's how you do a long pass, by the way, Karlach. Over to good old Koof. Koof. Look at Koof go. Oh my god. Oh, housing with a good tackle. Oh my god, Kefrich Fezzian though. Koof realistically could have gone down for a penalty then, but he is that morally upstanding he chose not to, because that is what a true Gif Yankee does. That being said, Koof is feeling the pressure, but now he's fired up again. Long pass intercepted by Gale over to Isabel. Oh, straight through Will Ravengard, but Will Ravengard unable to get to it. Jira. Fantastic save from Jira, you've got to say. Karlach now with the corner. Good corner to be fair, and we start taking those corners. That being said, it's gone out for a goal kick, but that's more an Eiling than it is for Karlach. Indirect free kick taken by Karlach. Headed away. Kefrich Fezzian now. Over to Koof. Look at the speed of Koof. Holds it up beautifully. Crosses it over. Oh my god, he's got to be offside, hasn't he? Kefrich Vs, that's offside. You could see it a mile ago, and why was the referee not called it earlier? I don't quite know. Oh, Shadowheart is come off for Tonika Baldurs. I need to learn to speak Georgian for this, I think. Karlach now passes back to Bulk. We're just going to call him Bulk, because I don't know how to pronounce his whole name. Gale now. Charging through. Someone needs a piece of magic here, no pun intended. Gale was not providing that, nor was Isabel. Corner kick once again taken by Karlach. Oh, bit of a scramble fit, but Jira gets to the loose ball. Jira now. Nicely taken goal kick. Over to Koof. Good old Koof. Over to Yake, back to Jezerith, back to Yurk again. And they're just playing it so calm and collective. Look at these Gif Yankees go, nothing's really affecting them. Why is Lazo not playing, by the way? She's going to be up against her own kind, it's really cruel. Here's Kefrich Vs, passes it back, over to Kefrich Fezzian. Oh, over to this guy, Kefrich. Kefrich low cross! Oh, Kefrich Vs! Making it 3-1 to Creche. Baldur's Gate are sinking, what is happening? I thought Baldur's Gate were going to walk this league, but Creche are tearing them limb from limb. Look at this, they don't know what they're doing. Unbelievable performance here from Creche. And Baldur's Gate are now feeling anxious. I should have been anxious about 2 goals ago, I would say. Oh, what's the Emperor doing? Another Baldur's Gate original player has gone off. Lazo is nowhere to be seen. Against her, she would relish a time like this. And Kefrich now, they're smelling blood. They want more. Kefrich now passes back over to Adaf. Over to Kinshadze. I think that's a Georgian. Let's call him Ken. Oh, Jaheira now gets onto the ball. Kefrich though intercepts. Nothing to worry about here, ladies and gentlemen. Kefrich back to Fezzian. Over to Koof. Come on, Koof. Koof! Ah, the keeper gets to it. Mince gets to it even. I don't think Lazo's coming on. What? She has got to be fuming at this, hasn't she? Will Ravengard now back peels it over to Gale. Gale now charging forward. Look at all of these players just surrounding him though. Astarion flies it over the crossbar. Back over to Gale. Gale once again charging through. Long shot! Oh, it just goes over. And finally, Lae'zel is coming on. With long fucking last. So is Goga Alamin, to be fair, for Creche. I don't think Lae'zel will have long enough to make an influence though. Lasha Krushvili is coming on for Creche. But it's got to be the last kick of the game though, I dare say. Astarion charging forward himself, but Yuk gets the ball away from him. And he's given up. Oh, he's all over, that's why. That is it. Baldur's Gate. Pretty shocking match here, you've got to say. Baldur's Gate 1. Creche 3. Unbelievable stuff. Koof scored his debut goal here today. And Kefrich Vs also scored his first goal. But man of the match has got to be, you know it to be true, our man Koof here with a 9.2 rating. Absolutely astonishing. Ironically, The only good player for Baldur's Gate is Karlach. Agree to disagree there. Anyway, let's move over to our next main event of today. Absolute are going up against the High Harpers. Now, this has been played at the exact same time as Baldur's Gate, so we can't really look and see, you know, be like, oh no, we better get our heads in the game. Nonetheless, they've gone for a positive narrow 4-3-3. We have got Avery Sonshao in goal. Gut at left back. He's already scored a goal and got an assist at left back for the club. Their captain, Karnis. Who's Karnis? Karnis good enough to be their captain? Definitely is. I don't remember who Karnis is in the game. Let me know. Kefric Faerun, of course, at centre back. We've got Malik at right back. 3 players in midfield. We've got Szarr, Draw Ragslid. Gotta love some Draw Ragslid, haven't you? And Enver Gortash himself. Up front, we have got Deadeye Mibs, Orin the Red, who has so far scored 2 goals in the 1 game we've seen her, and Flynn. Flynn yet to make an appearance. Flynn yet to make much of an impact. Over for the High Harpers, we have got Lanny in goal. Captain Arthas at left back. He's got an assist in the 1 game he's played. We've got Donna and Alinda in centre back. Greenwald at right back. Making a debut, we've got Sandro Cobhapsody? Sandro. Sandro making a debut on the right. Branfos, Teradizia, Hangfar, and Chanty all in midfield. Chanty is also making his debut here today. Up front, all by himself, poor Anthony, who has got a goal and assist in the 1 game we've seen him. Of course, we've got a defensive 4-5-1 from the High Harpers as well. On the bench for each team, we've got Nia, Falgor, Idiosa, Edwin, Mertim, and Cheg Elvic for the Absolute. On the bench for the High Harpers, we have got Bot, Geraldus, Essius, Malice, and Tally, along with some other Georgians who just happen to be there. Let's kick off. Moonrise Towers, probably not used to holding this many people in, I dare say, but off they go. Kefric form. Charging forward 8 seconds in. Pretty ballsy move from there. 50-year-old defender, you've got to say. If you're not a 50-year-old defender, just tell him to sit back. Sit in the locker room. Donna gets a yellow card 6 minutes in. Kefric form now taking a free kick over to Enver Gortash. Enver Gortash taking his time on the ball here. Passes over to Ragif. Over to Orin the Red. And over to Flynn. Oh my god, Flynn! What was that? Awful! Awful shot from Flynn, you've got to say. And he now with a short goal kick over to Ellender. Oh, they're playing a little bit of a risky play here, the High Harpers. Over to Anthony by himself. I don't know how Anthony's going to get through. Look at that Moonrise Tower defence. Absolute defence, sorry. That's over to Arthur. So Arthur's trying to... I don't know what Arthur thinks he's doing. Arthur's trying to hold the ball up. Over to Chanty. Back to Arthur. Back to Chanty. Not to Chanty. Back to Teradizia. Teradizia holds the ball up. Sends a long ball over. I think I can piece together what the High Harpers are trying to do here, but it's not going very well. And as you can see, Szarr has just completely intercepted the ball. Passed it to Orin the Red, who goes on the counter. Orin the Red shoots it into Lanny. Very good chance for the Absolute win. Completely squandered by Orin the Red. Or prevented by the High Harpers goalkeeper. Here's Priestess Gut now. Oof! Orin the Red heads into Lanny again. Lanny denies Orin the Red for a second time in a short span of minutes. There's Branfos. Over to here, Chanty. Chanty's got a tiny bit of space to work with here if he can just lose that marker there. Back to Arthas. That's Arthas again. That's just really holding the ball up down that left flank here. What are they doing? Arthas and this guy's just passing it back and forth to each other. Oh, for God's sake. Lads, please try a new tactic. What's happening? There we go, Teradicius. And over to Anthony. Ah! Oh! It was an offside. That could have been a stroke of genius, that bit of play there. Bore your opponents into a coma and capitalise by scoring. And the Gortash now. Free kick on the edge of the area, straight into the High Harper's wall. Over to Flint. Flint now actually gets a shot on target. Target. Lenny tips over the crossbar. Priestess gut now with the corner. Oof. Lenny has to kick it away, punch it away. Joe Rexler now over to Gortash. And here's Anthony. Anthony's got a hell of a way to run here. He loses his marker though, however, but look at this, more Absolute players coming in. Crosses the ball over. Oh, the Georgian flies it over the crossbar. Very unfortunate. It's the first shot in the entire game for the High Harpers. And Lanny again, great save. He's got to be a bit upset he's not the captain, you'd think, wouldn't you? Over to Karnes now, who is the captain. Karnes keeps it over to Malik. Malik breaking through into the penalty area, sends a crossover to the red. How the hell did that not go in? We won't see a replay, but holy moly. That should have gone in. That should have been the first goal of the match. And at the moment, half-time 0-0. The Absolute 0, High Harpers 0. Nothing's really happened, you've got to say. Been a bit of a droll affair. How the Absolute have not scored, I don't quite understand. 10 shots, 5 of them on target. Let's just get on with the second half. Over to Mibs. Oh, Mibs goes down. Brown Force, bit of a clumsy challenge for him, you've got to say. Doesn't get a yellow though. Teodesia now. Over to Greenwald. Oh no, not this tactic again. Over to Greenwald again. Back to Teodesia. Why is Teodesia always involved in these plays? The red takes him out. The red running, passes over to Flint. He hits the crossbar. Unfortunate Flint. He is having a rough time following that net here today. The red now gunning down that right flank. She has been their best player here today. She just cannot get it in the back of the net. Or guide others to the back of the net. The gut now. Gut in the penalty area. Trying to get past the marker. Sends a low cross over to the red. Bobbles off her. Clears away by the defender. Brownfoss now. Ready to go on the counter here. Needs to get it to Anthony. Anthony is completely and utterly clear. But they absolutely are homing in on him. He's got to send a low cross. Goes out for a corner. The scenes here in Moonrise Towers, if the High Harpers could get a victory today, would be astronomical. Chenti now. Long ass corner. What the hell happened there? We'll never know. Bullied off the ball by Malik though. Malik now basting forward. Over to R in the red. She's been really unlucky here today. Charges again. Mibs completely clear. Lenny gets onto it. Lanny, not Lenny. I'm very sorry. And the High Harpers have no, they're gone. Never mind. I was going to say they're inspired. Gortash now. Over to Drew Ragslin. Back to Gortash. Back to Ragslin. Back to Gortash. Sends it over to Mobs. Over to Szarr now. And Drew Ragslin just over the bar. Good God. The Absolute have done everything but score here today, I've got to say. Cleared away by the High Harpers. Flynn keeps it back in possession for the Absolute. Szarr now on the attack once more. But once again, Hangfar intersects. He's got to clear the ball somehow. No, Szarr gets back onto the end. In the red. Oh my good gravy. In the red with her third goal of the season. But in the Absolute 1-0 up. But look at this. What absolute diabolical play from Hangfar. What was he doing? Just fucking pass it, you dickhead. Szarr. I mean, you've got to say Szarr had a hand in that goal for the Absolute. But nonetheless, the deadlock has been broken after an hour here today. Ellender now. Over to Donna. Over to Arthur. And this is a difficult situation for the High Harpers to be in because they have to attack now. And of course, as we know, the Absolute are the most dangerous when they go on the counter like this. Flint! Donna nearly got it in for an own goal. Joe Ragslin over to Malik, back to Ragslin, over to Gortash, back to Gortash again. Gortash now. I don't know what the hell Gortash was doing there. The High Harpers have had one shot all game. It's really. The Absolute might get High Harpered. High Harpered, Football Manager. Geraldus now on for Anthony. Chenti with the corner kick. Shoots it over, heads it away. Kefric form. Sends it over to Flint. Look at the run Flint is going on. Absolute Flint. Goes over to Mibs. Mibs now on the counter. He's lost his man. Fucking awful finish. Unbelievably bad finish. Malik now. Back to Ragslin. Back to Malik. Ragsdin, look at the time. Oh, what was Ragsdin thinking now? Awful shot. They're getting a bit confident here, the Absolute. They need to have a word for themselves. They're only 1 goal up. Malik now. Oh, he mugs off the Georgian player. Szarr. Over to Joe Ragsdin again. Over to Gortash. Is he going to go for a shot? Nope. Back to Ragsdin. Back to Mibs. Oh, well done, Lanny. For some reason, the keeper not doing well. Tally now comes on for Genty. Merrim now coming on for Malik. Ragsdin with a free kick. Goes straight into the High Harper wall. Greenwald. Over to Tally. We have not really seen the High Harpers try to attack for a while now, gotta say. Oh, what's happened now? What's happened now? Ragsdin takes down Tally. It looks like he got shot by a sniper. And one last attack here for the Absolute before the game comes to its end. Merrim, look how we're just arrogantly passing it around now. Carnis now. Good ball over to Flynn. Flynn doesn't bother running for it. No point. Probably offside, I suspect. And there we go. The final whistle goes up Moonrise Towers. The Absolute won for High Harpers 0. I don't think the scoreline really tells the story. Look at this. 24 shots for the Absolute. 13 of which were on target. Just the 1 shot for the entire game for the High Harpers. So we did get more possession. So that is something. Szarr gets man of the match for his assist. With that, let's have a quick check to see how the rest of the teams got on today. Unsurprisingly, Liahvi did not come away as winners up against Zhentarim. Zhentarim with a tidy 4-0 victory, starting off with Arno getting into that penalty area, sending a lovely cross over to Ollie. Arno and Ollie, were they not the team that we saved from the Wargs that time? I could be wrong, let me know I guess. Rogan, 10 minutes later, would go for another cross. Ollie, oh no, Arno this time. What a goal that was, smashing it into the back of the net. Beautifully done by Arno. Just at the half-hour mark, Arno would be at it again, crossing the ball over to Rogan, who'd pass it over to Ollie. Ollie getting his 2nd goal of the game today. And then Arno seems to be involved in everything, crossing the ball into the net. Cerise passes to the Arno. What a goal from Arno. Arno and Ollie. The Arno and Ollie show, I dare say. Ending with Liahvi. Am I pronouncing that right? I think I am. Liahvi. I think Liahvi, I don't know. Anyway, Liahvi A 0. Zhentarim 4. And on a frosty day in the Coat of Bhaal, they would go up against the Shattered Sanctum. A very smelly game, you can only imagine. The Coat of Bhaal coming away 3-2 winners in this match. Let's have a look how it played out. Blythe sent a good cross over there to Esserjack. Esserjack 6 minutes in, putting the Coat of Bhaal 1-0 up. And then Esserjack again, this time with a penalty, making it 2-0 for the Coat of Bhaal. But the Goblins do not know when they are beat. Nat, sorry. What an absolute run from Nat that was, by the way. Nat set it up for break on an absolute play. And then Nat again would be involved in the next comeback. Piddo this time, smashing it into the back of the net. Comeback complete for the Shattered Sanctum. Unfortunately, wasn't meant to be another penalty put away by Esserjack. Esserjack scored a neat little hat-trick today. Well done him. He must be the man of the match. No tie Esserjack. I don't remember him whatsoever. Either way, he's done well today. And the Underdark would go up against Emerald Grove. We got Dark versus Light. Although Underdark is dark, but they're not really evil. So, that's not really fair to say, is it? Anyway, let's see how it went on. We start off with Bath. Lovely kit, by the way, that is. Both lovely kits, actually. Elwyn making it 1-0 to Emerald Grove, starting us off 5 minutes in. And Nettie would send the ball over to Mino. Mino down that right flank. Oh, beautifully ran. Beautiful cross as well. Straight to that person. Oh, he's an actual person. A real Georgian scored in this game. But the Underdark wouldn't be put off from there. He'd send the ball straight over to Tulia, I want to say. Tula getting the go. Oh my god, what a goal! What a goal from Oladan. Absolutely fantastic for the Emerald Grove. There's Tula again. Lovely free ball over the gut there. Glut, sorry. Oh, Glut's the big fat mushroom, isn't he? However, unfortunately, Emerald Grove would put to bed any hopes of an Underdark return. Sorry, I lost my trail of thought there. Korga making it the Underdark 2, Emerald Grove 4. And that is it, how the league is looking so far in League A. Coat of Bhaal comfortably on top by 2 points, but anything can change. Baldur's Gate, I know we're only 2 games in, but they are surprisingly not even in the promotion area at this point. We'll have to see how they get on. Oh, Wednesday! You know what, we're going to leave this as a separate episode, but no, we're going to see Creche again. They've been heavily featured in this series so far. Before we do finish things off, let's see how the results went in League B. And we had the very fiery much. The Flaming Fist went up against Avernus. Avernus, very early on, with massive Masora scoring the first goal. And about an hour later, after what seems to be a bit of a drab match, Raphael would score his first professional goal, making it 2-0 to Avernus. And then the Flaming Fist lasted a little bit too late. Fantastic free kick, you've got to say, by Liahvi. But the results are pretty much steadfast. It is the... That doesn't make any sense, that sentence. Anyway, the Flaming Fist won Avernus 2. And the guild would go up against Szarr Palace. And as you can see, we're about to see a goal here. Savage with a beautifully taken free kick, making it 1-0 to Szarr Palace. Just after half-time. Oh no, wait, just before half-time. Sledge Petty Feet, with his Petty Feet getting into the bottom corner of the net, making it 1-1. Oh, and this is heartbreaking to see, isn't it? Szarr Palace in the dying moments of the game. Oh my god, an absolute wonder goal, making it the Guild 1, Szarr Palace 2. Who was this person? This is a real person, I think. A real person scored that goal. Nicolas Mona, we could just call him Nicolas Mona, formerly of Iberia 2010. It's only his 2nd career goal since 2015. Well done, that man. What a goal it must have been. And with that, the league is looking like they're absolutely comfortably on top by 2 points. Avernus just behind them as well, and Szarr Palace in that promotion place as well. Again, only 2 games have been played. That's even for some of them. Tomorrow in game, we will have Gagra-2 against Rivington and Liahvi 2 against the Deep Gnomes. Elsewhere, Rivington went to Gagra-2, where we would come out 2-0 winners. Let's have a quick check to see how that got on. It's happy Sunday, by the way. We crossed over to this guy here, Rolovic. He, I believe, might just be a Georgian person. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Anyway, arc right, whipped the corner just before an hour mark, and there's a bit of a scramble for the ball, and it looks like Ben Golowitz would get the win. Ognan Rolovic was indeed man of the match, and he is, and actually he's a Montenegrin person, making it his 19th career goal, his first ever goal for Rivington. Well done, that man, I dare say. And it was an absolute write-off for the Deep Gnomes. They'd go up against Liahvi 2, and as you can see here, they lost 1-0 to them, leaves them to the Georgian outright. So, looking at the table now, this means as it stands, the Deep Gnomes are bottom of the table with a -5 goal difference. On the other side, we have the Absolute. That's an all-in-one episode, so we will next see you on Wednesday. Not long to go till our next match, where we'll have Szarr Palace up against Gagra-2, and the Deep Gnomes. Can they finally end this awful streak? Granted, there's only been 2 games, but that's bad enough. They'll be going up against the Absolute, so I think we know how that's going to run out. We will see you then, my friends.